Hello everybody and welcome to the DAFNI platform. I'm Alex, I'm a software engineer at DAFNI and I'm part of a three-part demo today, taking you through what we have to offer on the platform and how you can use it to upload and share data, as well as creating workflows and models and ultimately visualizing those at the end. So when you join the platform, you'll see this login page, and just one thing to note here is we don't have a registration button. So if you would like to join DAFNI, and I hope you do, as Brian said, please email us at info@dafni.ac.uk. Just include your name, where you're from, and a brief use case, and we'll get some credentials out to you. Also, just to say that for the demo purposes today, we're going to be using some test accounts, non-admin 1 and non-admin 2. And that's really just to say that these users don't have any extra permissions other than what a normal user would. You might also see some test data in there as well. So I'll go ahead and log in. This guy. Ah, lovely. There we go. Only a mild panic attack there. Okay, so as you can see, welcome to our homepage. And as you can see, we've split DAFNI up into 4 key areas. The data part, which I'm going to be covering today, models and workflows, which my colleague Rose will be covering later on, and finally visualizations, which Tom will be covering. So a good place to start is the data catalog. So we could go ahead and have a look at that. And as you can see here, we've got some basic filters, the search filter, a date range filter, a source, subject, and formats filter. Also, just to say that the number of data sets that you see here is unique to you. By default, when you upload and share data onto the platform, it remains private to you. And we can go ahead and look at how we can share that later. So just having a look at an example data set here. So this is one that my colleague Tom uploaded a while ago. Here are the list of data files, which you can download over HTTP. Just to say that DAFNI is file type agnostic. So whether it's a CSV, Excel, text file, it doesn't matter. It all ends up in an S3 bucket, which is just an Amazon standard. We've got the additional metadata down here and the all important keywords. We can edit that data set. Now I can edit this because I've been given read and write permission, and I can add some more files and change any of the metadata. We'll go and have a look at adding a data set now, and you can delete the data set and versions down there. So going back to the data page, we can click add data, and a lot of this is self-explanatory, but we'll just go through it together. So I'm going to upload just a small demo data set, and this forms part of a larger COVID data set that we'll be using throughout the demos today, and some metadata. So I'll just go ahead and fill these in. So test data sets, description, any identifiers you have, any persistent DOIs that you have, you can put in here. And we do mandate the subject. So I'll put health in for that. A theme to be able to whittle down that subject. The natural language of the data sets, in this case it's English, and the all important keywords. So I'll just put COVID test data followed by a carriage return. Any standards that you have associated with your data set, you can put in here, and any spatial or temporal coverage. So for demo purposes, I'll put in the office. And I'll say I don't have any dates. Dataset ownership outside DAFNI is quite important to us. It's important that DAFNI doesn't become another online repository where data goes to die. So please take care when filling this out. I'll just put my details in here. So organizational name, STFC. The identifier is a web URL. And any people from that organization you want to give a shout out to, you can do that here. the date that the dataset was created, and any update frequency that applies. If it's been published, you can enter that here, and a contact point. I'll just put my details in here. Any licensing and rights that you want to attach to your dataset, you can put those in. By default, we've listed the CC by 4, the Creative Commons license here, but that can be MIT or anything. And any rights you want to associate to your dataset, you can do that here as well. I should mention that DAFNI supports dataset versioning, which is a really neat way of being able to evolve the dataset. As we're creating an initial dataset here, it creates it a first version. So I'll leave that as it is. And please do have a read and accept our terms and conditions. So once that's been published, that should take you back to the data catalog page now. And if I just refresh that. There it is. There's our test data set. Now, if I go in and log in, just to show the permissions as a second user. And we go to the data catalog. As you can see, we can't see the data set that I just uploaded. And in fact, the number here is different. So now we've uploaded a data set, we can have a look at how we can share that with other users. And there's two main ways of doing that, really. We can manage the public view of this asset, or we can create a group. And a group is a really neat way of being able to kind of include a bunch of data sets with a bunch of users and being able to share that with them. So if we go ahead and look at how we can change the public facing permissions on this asset, on this data set. So here I can manage this. So here really what we're doing is managing the whole platform's view on this. So we can say the whole platform can only view the data set, or the whole platform can have full access, read and write to this data set. Or we can go ahead and create a group. So I'll do that now. So I'll just call this test group for demo. And this is where we can add some data to this group. So I'll just select the data set I created earlier. And now we're setting the group permissions on this asset. So we're saying anyone in this group can either view and read, or view, read and update. So once we've added the data, we can go ahead and add some users. So I'll search for my non-admin 2 guy. There he is. And we'll give him administrator rights. And that basically means that this new user now, as an administrator, can add or remove other users. Okay, so if we just go and look back now at our other user, so this is our non-admin 2 user, and we select groups. Here we can see he's a member of this test group we created. And if we go back to the data catalog, we should now see that test data set, and there it is. And that's it, really. That's a whistle-stop tour of how you can use DAFNI to upload and share some data on the platform. Up next is my colleague Rose, who's going to take us through workflows and models. Thank you very much.